Let's stop pretending this isn't personal. Senator Robin Padilla stood before the Senate and boldly declared that the impeachment trial of Vice President Sara Duterte should be terminated, no questions asked, no trial, no accountability. He filed Senate Resolution 1371 to shut it down, saying that the impeachment would only divide the country. And to make it perfectly clear where his loyalty lies, he said, and I quote, "Kahit sunugin mo ako dito, mangangamoy Rodrigo Roa Duterte ako." That's not just a colorful metaphor. That's a declaration of allegiance, not to the Constitution, not to the people, but to a family, the Dutertes. He even admitted during the session, "I'm not a lawyer. I'm often the accused." Let's not forget he is an ex-convict. A man once convicted of illegal possession of firearms, now deciding whether a constitutional process for accountability should move forward. And who is he defending? Vice President Sara Duterte, currently facing 7 articles of impeachment. These articles involve allegations of misuse of confidential and intelligence funds, violations of budget laws, and abuse of power. And standing firmly beside her is her father, former President Rodrigo Duterte, who is under investigation by the International Criminal Court for crimes against humanity tied to the bloody war on drugs. Senator Bato Dela Rosa backed Padilla, saying the impeachment is just causing chaos, hurting the economy, and creating unnecessary noise. He even questioned the legitimacy of public opinion, asking, "Sino ang taong bayan?" As if the voices of ordinary Filipinos don't count. As if only the voices he agrees with matter. But let's look at the numbers. According to the April 20 to 24 survey by OCTA Research, 78% of Filipinos believe the Senate should move forward with the impeachment trial. That's not a small group. That's the majority. Only 13% oppose it, and the rest are undecided. The people have spoken clearly. It's not just the public speaking out. The Makati Business Club, a respected voice from the private sector, has called on the Senate to do its duty. In their statement, they said, "If we do not follow the rule of law, how can we expect to attract long-term investments?" They're right. Without justice, there is no trust. And without trust, our institutions collapse. Former Supreme Court Justice Adolf Azcuna, one of the authors of the 1987 Constitution, reminded everyone that the word "forthwith" in the Charter means the Senate is constitutionally required to begin the trial immediately after the House transmits the articles of impeachment. Refusing to do so, he warned, is a serious violation of the Constitution. And yet, instead of honoring that clear obligation, Padilla and Dela Rosa are choosing to protect one family. They say this is about unity, but what they're really doing is silencing accountability. They say it's to prevent division, but what they're doing is denying the people their right to truth. Padilla talks about Senate rules and traditions, but the Constitution is not optional. You don't get to ignore it just because it's politically inconvenient. What we're seeing is not leadership. It's loyalty to power over duty, a defense of privilege over justice. This is the cost of electing personalities over principles, of choosing fame over competence, of accepting showmanship in place of true service. This impeachment trial is not just about Sara Duterte. It's about whether our democratic institutions still function, whether our leaders still answer to the people, whether justice still matters in this country. Let the trial proceed. Let the truth come out. If the Vice President is innocent, she will be cleared. But let the process happen. That's the only way we heal, the only way we move forward. To every Filipino watching this, your voice matters, your courage matters. Speak up, demand accountability. Like this video, share it with your friends and family. Leave your thoughts in the comments and subscribe to Ang Kampanero. Tinig ng Katotohanan, Tunog ng Kasaysayan. To all our new subscribers, thank you for joining us. And to everyone watching, thank you for keeping this truth alive. Let's keep that bell ringing for justice, for truth, for the Filipino people,